2nd and 7 to deal with. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he gives himself up after a short gain.
I love that play. That's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Nix. He's got Sutton complete. He's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
First and 10.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
He's down inside the red zone before hitting the net. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
First down with Dobbins. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He's going to keep it this time. Nick slides in safely. Doing so after he picked up that first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Broncos first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide of practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He's got it. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely offside against the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still first down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Nix. And he gets it. Touchdown, Denver. Broncos time can take the lead here in the 2nd.
Touchdown, Broncos.
No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. He snaps a little slow, and the kick is blocked.
How many times do we get to the end of the game and we look back and go, geez, we never knew what was the defining play. Hey, listen, that was just 1 point. It seems small now, but more than likely in the end, that block and that single point could loom very, very large.
Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. He's brought down just inside the 25. Now here comes the New York offense. And they're playing with a chance to take the lead right here. Get a nice little cushion in what has been an otherwise really close game.
Yeah, and really the mindset, Kate, is this has got to be the drive. When you break the huddle, you look at each other and say, right now, these are the moments that tilt the game in our favor. Because you know if you don't get it done, you've given your opponent that opportunity.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Fields gets it out wide going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Oh, running between the tackles. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down now.
A gain of a yard on the play.
That's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one. Softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Fields now on 3rd. Taylor going downfield. It's caught. And finally, they're able to stop this play from getting any more yards.
It's a gain of 33. And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On 1st down, here comes Hall. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Behind the line of
this is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. This one quickly to Taylor. Well, this certainly makes the 3rd down easier. Nearly avoided it altogether. Gain of 10 right up near that marker now.
Brings up 3rd down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. Fields sneaking. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
It's a gain of 2.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hall. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
He was taken down at the 22.
You know, running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. They go right back to Hall. He's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. We got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
3rd and 3.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Fields. Got a man. This is Reynolds. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Another Jets 1st down. 1st and
goal. It sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They'll run here. It's Hall. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets take a 2nd quarter lead. Grace Hall with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the grab game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Folk on now to try the point after. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go.
Jets 13, Broncos 6.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. That's going to be taken in at the 8. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. The Broncos offense all set to go. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They've got first down from the 31. Here's Nix. This is Ingram looking left side. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
22-yard line.
Every once in a while, sure, a pass, it can go for a negative yard. But lose that much, I promise you, that call will never come up on the call sheet again.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Here's Nix to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. For the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough third down.
A loss of 6 yards.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively. But listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Nix from the gun. He's going deep this time. Has a left side block, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say brought it in out of bounds. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Jeremy Crawshaw out once again, punted away. Little snap came in slow, but he got it away. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
That's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, a nice little run to set the table.
2nd and 1.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. They'll send him over right. Give on 2nd and 1. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Fields out of the gun. 3rd down. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. They get 28 out of that play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
It's a gain of 28 yards. And the Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
It's Hall on the carry. He still has room inside the 30. And they'll finally bring him down to the 22. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
Going to the ground again on
league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Quick throw completed out to the left. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Third down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Fields out of the gun. It's caught by Wilson. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
That's another Jets 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Play action now. It's Fields. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
It's 2nd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. Trying again, following the sack. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Intended for
out of the backfield, looking for Breece Hall there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Anticipating the pass, defense out there in dime. It's 3rd and goal. Fields throwing here. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
Intended for Alan Lazard.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
So here he is, getting his 2nd field goal look of the half. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And it stays a 1-possession game at 7 points.
Goal to go and to come away with nothing. Zip, zilch, nothing. It's not all on him for missing the kick. He could shoulder the blame with the 11 other guys who couldn't find the end zone on 1st, 2nd, or even 3rd and goal.
Denver ready for another offensive possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10. On the ground here with Dobbins. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Knicks now on 1st and 10. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Geez, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Quincy Williams making the tackle.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
That one gonna go against the D.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they make the stop, but they do it with some illegal aid. The referees say there was interference that time.
This is why it is so hard to stop these offenses. It's hard enough to cover, right, obviously, without being penalized, but then you get a little bump, you get a little push, and now you get a third down conversion via penalty.
All right, here we go. Second down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Completed over the middle. And give him 10 yards there. A lot of work done as they set up third and very short.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Nix trying to sneak it. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
On first and 10, here's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far. We've hit the 2-minute warning now in Britain.
On the pickup.
And it's the Broncos. With second and 6. From the 41. And he's going to go down. Jets from the pressure and got to him. The sack forces a now tougher third down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
He sends this one to the end zone. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's fourth down.
Incomplete.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Isaiah Davis will return this for the Jets. Ooh, snaps a little off, but he adjusts and sends it away. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. The Jets are headed back out there now, led by Justin Fields. And I know we're normally discussing his work leading the passing game, but wow, we've really had to take note of what he's done on the ground. He's leaned into that part of his game early. Jets getting ready for this first and 10. Here's Fields to throw. Short pass brought in. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 17. Finds him over the middle. This winds up being an excellent play for him from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line.
That's good for a Jets.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They're now set for first and 10. Shotgun snap, a gift to Hall. And that's going to be a gain of 8 on first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. From the 37. He's going to get this over the middle to Wilson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
25 yards on
now the offense is going to take its third and final timeout.
First down.
And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
At the 39-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw Fields. Steps up and he's running with it. Oh, Fields loses it. But it looked like someone on the Jets got to it first, so the Jets hold on to the football.
First down.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Line.
So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scotch. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Had a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field.
Will Lutz
2 quarters to go from London Town, and here we go in our second half. Here's Isaiah Davis on the return. And he stopped on the run back at the 27. The Jets and Brees Hall about set to go on offense. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
New York to the line. 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And he needed 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. From the 34. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Josh Reynolds.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
He's running for it. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
He's going to get this to the opposing 41. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
What a great sign to start the second half with this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Off the play fake, it's Fields. Oh, on him quick there. They bring it to the toe. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18. Another try following the sack. He's going to tuck it and run. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. Recovered by the Broncos.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Denver set to take the field on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Play is under review.
Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. They dodged the turnover, but still 3rd and pretty long. They've got to figure out. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Incomplete.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
And he made sure to angle that one toward the sideline. He bounces inside the 20 and jumps out at the 13. So here comes the Bronco offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Nix. Finds Mims. They're going to take him down finally, but not before he puts his own goal line well in that rearview mirror.
13 yards on
it's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
At the 25-yard line.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. He's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap to Nix. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Dobbins trying the right side. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
And it's a nickel look for the Jets, 3rd down. Throwing here, Nix. They're trying to set the screen, Dobbins. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's plays like that Kate went wrong. Where I sit and judge defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down.
Their punter making his way out now. Slow snap, but he's able to get this one away. And they won't be able to return this one as it sails out of bounds.
At their own
the Jets are headed back out there now, led by Justin Fields. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, they game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with home. Juke the defender. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. Fields on 1st down. Left side and reeled in by Wilson. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Out of bounds at the
You know what I love
40-yard
about
line.
this? Never
4
showing
yards on
panic.
the pickup.
When he leaves the
2nd
pocket, look
and
at his
6.
eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
2nd and 6 now. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Fields. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through it for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Broncos running their offense out once again. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. There's the fake. Here's Nix. He keeps it and takes off. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down is just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st
down. 1st and 10.
Offense there, Kate went heavy with that 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers. Just the element they needed to spring that run.
1st down, and they go right back to it. This one held up after just a couple of yards. That makes it 2nd down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You've got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Nix from the gun. He finds Ingram, working downfield here. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. If you play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football and defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to keep them from piling on those yards.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Again, ball carrier brought down at the 18-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. It's a design boot. He takes it himself. And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos can tie it up after hitting Taylor in the 3rd. It's a Bo Nix touchdown.
Okay, you got to be aware defensively by this point that this guy is going to run if he sees daylight. I think there was an awareness factor. They just couldn't stop him. He has just been that kind of X factor with his legs.
Extra point try now from Lutz.
The point after.
And the extra point is no good. So potentially key tally kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the second half. So now after his second missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jets and Brees Hall about set to go on offense. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Fields. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. Dan has it. We're bringing into the red zone after a great turnover and return.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Well, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. And they're going to have a few looks at a touchdown here as he gets it down to the 8. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
And the Broncos 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Here he goes on the bootleg. Brought in by his back, Dobbins. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Complete to
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
So the offense out there, the Broncos making the call to go for 2 here.
The Broncos will line up for
He's almost there, but no, they stop him at the last moment. He's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion.
Jets.
Well, 2
13.
left on the table there. Forget the goal line, Brock. They barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, to me right there, Kate, that's a sign this defense did their homework, studied their tendencies. You had no way that running back was going to get that one in, not with that force of the defense coming at him.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away.
For the Broncos.
On the return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard
Jets offense
line.
now set to take over. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. First call here coming from the shotgun. They start to drive the ball. And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
It's a gain of 11.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
Line.
First down, ball at the 36. Here's Hall once more. They're working a couple yards past the line. Brandon Jones up for the stop.
Made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Fields. On him quick, and they bring him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
This defense been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this third down. Fields out of the gun. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down.
7 yards.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know They can't let up now.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's been getting all of it every time out. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. The Broncos offense all set to go. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. All right, Denver getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. It'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. They got a man open to beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. From the counter with Dobbins. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding. Offense.
A great play defensively. They forced a loss despite the penalty, and they just went ahead and declined it. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Here's Nix. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways. But defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. The Jets out to begin another drive. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. New York to the line. 1st and 10. Play action, Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're going to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Trying again, following the sack. Escapes the pocket.
Justin Fields scrambles from the pocket. 16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Fields sneaking it. He's going to be touchdown as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 2. And the Jets.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Throwing on 1st down. Fields. Big game continuing here for Wilson. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down.
A gain of 12 yards.
They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Fields looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's play. And the Broncos take over just shy of the 40.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten in for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Denver ready for another offensive possession. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Starting the ground with Dobbins. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the first.
That's good for a Broncos 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Going to the ground. Oh, Dobbins loses it. But the Broncos will get it back. Picks up late. We'll cover that one. Giving 5 on that carry. Bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
And the drop here to Dobbins. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stop just a little bit shy of the marker.
Williams on the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. Third and a lone yard coming up. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. Oh, sharp run in here. He's past the 30. And he gets this one down to the 27. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
I think we've all become very accustomed, and I'll raise my hand and say these tight ends are almost like bona fide receivers, big receivers, but they show you right there, when they can be powerful blockers, it can make a huge difference in a run game.
Back to Dobbins on 1st. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's 2nd down.
I'm not kidding you, Tate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. With a dive up the middle. And that short gain is enough for him to set it down.
You know, how often do we talk about awareness, and it's always offense. Well, this is a great case for the defensive awareness. The ball went to a secondary ball carrier, and the defense was aware enough to cut him down for a big red zone stop.
They'll run on 1st down with Dobbins. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Nips off the play action. This is Ingram working the left side. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're in the first and goal.
That's good.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end. Because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. Now next. And he's going to go down. Jets bring the pressure and cut to him. Quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's third and goal.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for third and goal. Nick's now to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Awareness. Can't you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks? But it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains.
21-yard attempt.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Defense.
A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going.
Automatic first down.
So now then, after the penalty, this is first and goal. Running it out of the penalty. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Stop short of the
I get it on first and goal. A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. Again, it's Dobbins. And this time he's in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
Extra point try now from Lutz.
The point after.
Finally gets one to go after a couple of misses already in this one.
Makes the score Broncos 25, Jets 13.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Davis. This makes it up to the 25. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Receiver in motion going left. First and 10. Here's Fields. Flushed out, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. Nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
So after the sack, here comes 2nd and 11. Another try following the sack. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And this one's recovered by Broncos.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That second and third level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, it freed that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
The Broncos are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
At the 13-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap to Nix. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Nix. And he drops it in the end zone. The look was there on 3rd down, but instead it's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
The kick by Lutz is good. And go ahead and make this a 15-point game now.
Well, those 3 points make a comeback that much more difficult. Now 2 touchdowns got to be scored. And that 2-point conversion, that's a job really well done.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away.
To kick off for the Broncos.
Wangu now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
Fields on 1st down. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there, and that brings up 2nd down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I can feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head. These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Now they send their back in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. He's going to tuck it and run. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB. They gave him just enough room to run.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, it's Fields. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together, everyone achieves more, and more is 10 sacks.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Fields. Oh, he's going to run for it. And Fields slides down safely as he picks up the 1st.
As much as you like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down throw for Fields. Completed to his running back. And they make the stop just at about the 37-yard line.
These intermediate games, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So now they have 3rd and short.
3rd down and
He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Intended for
Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
This is running out of gas, and it's going to be short. Looked like they had issues with the snap. And this stays a 15-point game.
Hey, whether it's a good hold or not, the process is the same for that kicker. He's going to catch some unfair blame on this one, Kate, because it was the snap that just set everything off. Not accurate enough, and that left the holder scrambling to try to get his job done, and none of them, unfortunately, could.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. They get it on the ground here with Dobbins. Down a good handful there as it brings up 2nd down.
He was taken down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
1st down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Nix from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted. He got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Running it again with Dobbins. And that 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard.
Again, the ball carrier taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. Here fits defensive. He got a 1st down here. So after the call, defense in a much different spot. Instead of forcing a 4th down, it's back to 1st. They'll run here following the penalty. That's a nice lane there. That's good for 6 yards.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. This time it's a passing play. The throw is caught. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground. He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Made at the 5-yard line.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Nix looking to throw. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a 3rd down.
Plays like that are called twofers. It's why coaches live 2 years for 1. All the planning, great play call, careful execution led to that, and it was still dropped to the turf. Touchdown lost.
3rd and goal. Here's Nix. We'll put way too much on that one, Brock. Off the end zone and out.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
22-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And it's a 3-score game now, an 18-point lead.
Broncos 31.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Will Lutz to
Here's
kick
Lutz
off
set to
for
kick
the
this
Broncos.
away. Wangu now to return. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30.
The Jets take over.
The Jets are headed back out there now, led by Justin Fields. And like we've seen from him before, Bronk, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. First and 10 now from the 30. Fields to throw it. Down the field. He's got Wilson. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him.
A gain of 19
19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Fields out of the gun. He'll try and run this. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
At the Broncos' 49-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw Fields. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Intended for Josh Reynolds.
Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
To go.
They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
That one's incomplete. It had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Incomplete.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. Desperation time here. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he had it for a second, but unable to hang on. And the possession literally slipped through their fingers as they turn it over on downs.
It's a turnover on
The Broncos are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Carry here for Dobbins. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And that one doesn't get him much, giving maybe a yard. It's 3rd down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from London. Broncos, well, they can probably just run away and hide. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be 4th and short.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
Punt team on the field. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. Ooh, errant snap, but he gets what he can behind this one. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out. And indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Jets and receiver Garrett Wilson back out to take possession. And he has kept his pace up in the 2nd half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. First call here coming from the shotgun. Throwing now from the gun. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. Trying to push it deep downfield. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the Broncos get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Well, we're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
Denver set to take the field on offense. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using it is not going to alter this outcome. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. On the draw, gives up Harvey. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. They're going to pass it here. That one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. It's Harvey straight ahead. Takes out a one-stop. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Broncos.
So it's a win for the Broncos. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And we're underway from Tottenham Hotspur. Here's Isaiah Davis on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. Leading him out now in his 5th season here in the NFL. Won 4 of his 6 starts last year. Justin Fields.
There's still lots of people around the NFL that believe that Justin Fields' best football's in front of them. Major believers of him as an upper-tier quarterback. And the reason why, Kate, is he's got physical traits that are just unique and different. He can run it like a running back, and he can spin a football as well. In fact, that running ability is some of the best in the game. But just continuing to build and refine his game as a passer between the tackles, that will be the key to the longevity of his career.
Long gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hall once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
The Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3 and out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3 and out.
Now Now on fourth down, here's Austin McNamara out to punt for the Jets. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game.
The Broncos take over first.
So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. And bringing him out. He was a rookie last season when he took the Broncos to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. Now a sophomore. It's Bo Nix.
At his best, Bo Nix is a point guard facilitating an offense, getting that ball in and out of his hands as quickly as possible. But don't you dare sleep on his legs, because he will hurt you with his athleticism too. And oh, by the way, did I mention a maturity well beyond his years?
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And a nice chunk there, about 7. He's up to the 27.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. From the 27. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. Nick slides in safely, doing so after he picked up that first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
Yes, quick out wide, complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Throwing on first down, Nix. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Nix with it on first. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They take the handoff. Now Nix. Ran it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarring loose, incomplete.
I love that. And I love that defensively right there. It's about the only thing you could do to the tight ends at this level. You have got to disrupt them. You have got to match their physicality with even more physicality, and it forced an incompletion.
7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. Nix off the play action. Brought in by his back, Dobbins. He got the football caught, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker, 4th down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Here we go with Dobbins. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's simply a bet being made that not only is your call or scheme better, but that your players just want it more than the big fellas on defense do. And clearly on that one, they did.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Going with Dobbins here. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Here's Nix to throw. And he sails that one up the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them. The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Broncos 3.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, and a little early momentum with that field goal.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away.
Kick off for the Broncos.
On the return, here comes Kenny Wangu. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. They start to drive the ball. And they'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. They go right back to home. Along the sideline past midfield. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. That chunk with a nice 21 yards. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
All right, Kate, little confession time. And you know what they say, confession, good for the soul, bad for the reputation. I think my most negative grades carrying out fakes were on toss plays like that. Because you toss it, you know it's going for a big play. And all you want to do is watch it and not carry out your fake.
And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Fields on 1st down. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from 1st down to 1st down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
This Hall running his own read. No questioning on that exchange, Brock. He hits for 8 on 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Paul running between the tackles. And he couldn't get much there, but what he did get was absolutely crucial. That makes it 1st and goal.
That's good for a
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule?
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Davis reaches the end zone. Touchdown, New York. The Jets pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. Nick Folk now for the extra point. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. Well, probably still thinking about that missed extra point, partner, but he's got to move past it quick as he gets forward to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. Escapes a defender. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So the Broncos headed out for their second drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Nix. They're trying to set up the screen. Dobbins. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 14. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
3rd and long for Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, in this league, you can't start every game with scoring drives, but I think that's a clear picture of why you don't keep this drive sustained. Got to execute on the most important down, and that's 3rd down.
On 4th down, Broncos going to call on Jeremy Crawshaw here to punt. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. Now here comes the New York offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Fields looking to throw. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and 3 now. Fake the handoff. Now Fields. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Play action, Fields. He lost it deep left. And he makes the right. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
That's a pretty cool look right there of the kind of coverage you're going to see when you play man-to-man. On that down and distance, you've got to be sharp on the outside. That DB certainly was.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. On the keeper, here's Fields. And they're not going to get him an inch on this 2nd down play. Good job containing that run right at the line.
Boy, is it tough to fool this defense with how well they read and react to these plays. Held that line, and the QB keeper gets nada.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Fields bails out of the pocket quick. Fields slides down safely as he picks up the first.
Fields. 13 yards on
When
the
a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, it's Hall. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. On the keeper, here's Fields. He's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
On first down, here comes Hall. He loses the football. Oh, the Broncos get to this one. What an incredible drive they had offered, Brock. But all that progress, pardon the pun here, just fumbled away.
I couldn't say it better myself.
So here comes the Bronco offense. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground, while the defense is hoping it didn't.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. After a fortuitous recovery, this will be 2nd down. Hall takes it straight ahead. Still has room inside the 15. And he will take it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets stretch their early lead to 9. Breece Hall with the touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they could take it to the house.
Full on now to try the point after. And this one thankfully not off the mark. He gets it to go.
Makes the score Jets 13, Broncos 3.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. This return starts at the 5. Jukes one defender. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Broncos running their offense out once again.
At their own 26-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. Begin it on the ground here with Dobbins. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
The ball carrier.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Nix from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Now Nix on 3rd down. He's got Sutton complete. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down.
13 yards on
Give him 13 on that play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
That's another Broncos first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix. And he's going to go down. Jets brought the pressure and got to him. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Last play sent him back across midfield here, 2nd and long. Another try following the sack. Outright, and Ingram hits the ground. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And we all saw it. The leg came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. So they make the stop, but they do it with some illegal aid. The referees say there was interference that time.
This is why it is so hard to stop these offenses. It's hard enough to cover, when obviously without being penalized, but then you get a little bump, you get a little push, and now you get a 3rd down conversion via penalty.
It's a pickup
of 6. 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of 1. The Jets with an early lead. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Time for our 2nd quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone. On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. That's not the way you want to go. Wrong way there. The push sends him backwards to the 6.
He was taken down behind
perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Now Nix. Finds him over the middle. This is going to be short. Quick stop by the defense to bring up 4th down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line. You feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
All right, down a couple of scores. They want a bigger swing than just 3. They're going for this. Straight ahead. Here's Dobbins. He runs it across. Touchdown. The Broncos face a 4-point deficit. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos cut it to a field goal game.
Broncos 10.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Wangu now to return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Jets and Brees Hall about set to go on offense. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. This one out with Hall. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
First down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10. Here's Fields. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Tried to get that one to Arian Smith. And now they face 2nd down.
40-yard line.
Hey, listen, drops happen in football. It is a part of the game, even for the very best. Nothing more to do about it now than shake it off and move forward, because the next throw might be coming right back your way.
On 2nd to Hall. Great work there to evade the tackle, but the rest of the run, pretty forgettable. No gain there.
He was brought down by
This is one of those plays
Jones.
that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense going with a 4-receiver set, 3rd and long. Fields out of the gun. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Austin McNamara on now to punt. The Broncos have Marvin Mims deep to return. Baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. So that's all the way over the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Broncos are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this, I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
Start on the ground with Dobbins. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Brought down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary?
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Nick's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Complete to J.K.
That's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Here's Nix. Gets it to him on the screen. Juke the defender. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
At the 30-yard
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
And he let his man just too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 now from the 30. Throwing again. Here's Nix. Looking over the middle. Finds Ingram. This is close, but it looks like they got the stop in time. Yep, marked at the 40. And that brings up 3rd down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and it forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Nix trying to sneak it. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a first down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
They fake the handoff. Now Nix. He finds Ingram. Working downfield here. And will not get any further, but plenty of progress already.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Intended for Troy.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Again on 2nd and 10. Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be effective. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Running back, motioning right. 3rd and long for him here. Put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete.
Intended for
No luck
Troy
finding his
Franklin.
receiver that time.
Incomplete.
And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
It's 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet
for the
that time.
Broncos field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
And it doesn't have the leg. They called on him from deep, but he just can't get it there. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They run. Here's Hall. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That's good for a Jets.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Off play action, it's Fields. Trying to seam down the middle. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll take an option to the right on first down. Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well. It's going to cost them about a yard.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the boot cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. He'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Complete to Mason
He's just
Taylor.
one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Fields on third. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It's a gain of 8.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down.
I've talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Hall gets it again on 2nd down. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Hey, that's not an easy thing to do, Kate. Not against quarterbacks and the red zone offenses in this league, but what a tremendous effort to not only get the stop, but to end it with gusto and a sack.
On is Nick Folk to attempt the field goal. Ball on the left hash for this 41-yarder. The kick by Folk is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Marvin Mims now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Broncos offense all set to go. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Bronx. So some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. There's the fake. Here's Nix. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. Short pass brought in. And this is brought to a stop up at, let's say, the 34-yard line there.
A gain of 10 yards.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. Carry here for Dobbins. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running room.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Intended for
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it's second down coming up.
And 10.
Hey, listen, drops happen in football, even from the best at every level. Nothing more to do but shake it off and move forward, because the next throw might be right back your way.
Second down. Here's Nix again. Catch is made near the edge. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
5 DBs out there for the Jets. Third down. Nix from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line.
At their own 4-yard line.
The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock. A safety really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. New York to the line. First and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. He gets forward. That's about 4 yards. Taken down by the ex-Jet there, John Franklin Myers.
That run right there, that kind of feels like your missed opportunity defensively. Got him backed up, and you played it well enough to contain the run, but you didn't play it well enough to damage the run.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Play action now. It's Fields. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to push this one up to the 20 before they send him out. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action. And then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
First down throw for Fields. Throw right side, caught by Wilson. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That's another Jets.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Off the play fake, it's Fields. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Intended for Breece
True story,
Hall.
Kate. After practice one time, your head coach in the NFL said, I'm done with my fault. I'm done with my bad. No more of that tapping on your chest. That was an example of the quarterback delivering a perfect pass. And the receiver, do your job.
Fields throwing once more. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Now they send their back in motion right. Another throw for Fields. Connects with his back. Hall. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Throwing again. It's Fields. They set up the screen here for Hall. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Another punt coming up. Austin McNamara to again do the honors. Mims out to receive it. Ooh, snap came in slow, but he got it away. I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And there is room for improvement from that previous drive. Stalled out, necessitated a call to that punt team.
Yeah, and in these situations, I always love reminding the offense that first down. Just move the chains the first time to get yourself into rhythm because you don't want to see that punter anytime soon.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. They run. Here's Dobbins. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now in Britain. And it's the Broncos with a 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And Nix slides in safely, doing so after he picked up that 1st down.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap to Nix. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. Creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 48. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their 1st.
5 yards.
They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After the sack, could really use a big play here on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 15. Another try following the sack. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Complete to Evan
Denver
Ingram.
calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts.
A gain of 4.
And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Here's Nix to throw. They'll make a big for it on the ground. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. The Jets take their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's 4th down.
Inside of field goal range, but the kicker ain't moving. They're going for this. Here we go with Dobbins. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
Broncos.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Nix with it on first. Look at this fullback now. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Whistles, and the offense just sneaks in that timeout. And they're going to get a chance to put up points as a result before halftime. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick by Lutz is good. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3. So a field goal game at the half. A good one so far, 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hanson with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. Two quarters to go from London Town, and here we go in our second half. On the return, here's Mims. Takes out a one-stop. He's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Broncos with their offense headed out for our first possession of the half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10. Here's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton, so it'll be second down.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. He's running with it, and he's going to get down safely. Picked up close to 6. Nice call on his part there, but it does leave them now with a 3rd down.
That may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. He's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Nix. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Jeremy Crawshaw, the one who's going to send this away. Slow snap, but he's able to get this one away. And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through. It's for a touchback. The Jets offense now set to take over. And they had to wave that white flag on their last drive, Brock, hoping to avoid having to call that punter this time out.
Yeah, you get several chances a game, on average, somewhere around 10 possessions. And you know not all of them are going to pan out. So you got to forget what lies behind and keep pressing on to the journey ahead.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. They take the handoff. Now Fields. And down he goes. The Broncos got there. And the drive begins with a rough 1st mixed up there. That's going to bring up second down.
A loss of 9
In theory,
yards.
Kate, that's exactly
It's
what
second
complementary
down.
man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack. Trying again, following the sack. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he slides to a stop after a great
Justin
run, but
Fields
still not
scrambles
quite
from the
enough for that
pocket.
first down.
A gain of
You know,
10.
that's a situation. May
Makes
have worked out
third
better
and
if he'd
9.
thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Fields out of the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. And as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a
Riley
player's
Moss there
closing
defensively.
speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released.
Austin
And that
McNamara
sure
in
altered the
punt
throw.
formation for the
Here
Jets.
comes the punting unit for the Jets. And that kick a little too well
The
struck.
Broncos
He
take
drives it
over
into the end
first and
zone for a
10
touchback.
At their own 20-yard
Denver
line.
set to take the field on offense. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
These linebackers
No
of
gain
today,
on
they
the
are
play.
so quick. They're
Brings
so
up
twitchy.
second
You don't get a
and
body
10
on them in a hurry,
at the
they're going to
20-yard
stick you
line.
right at the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Reed here, and this is Dobbins. And that zone read goes nowhere. They didn't even get back to the line.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line knowing a run was coming. And boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. The lateral goes haywire. Fumble. And there it is. He just kept choosing to go backward, partner. And now he's all the way in his own end zone for a safety. Cannot believe it. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He's been sacked over and over and over here. And this time, cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think, were you Marshawn Lynch right there?
That's good
Yeah.
for a
And
Jets.
over.
There
And
we
over.
go. Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Fields pass,
Looking for his
Josh
wide receiver
Reynolds.
there.
Incomplete.
So that brings up 2nd down.
Brandon Jones on
Well
the
covered on
coverage.
that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Intended for
Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver.
Incomplete.
So now it's going to be 3rd
Brings
and long.
up 3rd down and
This
10.
defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Fields on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit, knocks it free. Incomplete.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
On now comes their punter. And he's been getting all of it every time out. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely. That'll be a touchback. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he is down inside the 35-yard line.
It's a pickup of 46 yards. That's good for a Broncos.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. They're trying to set up the screen. Dobbins. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. 2nd down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Nix looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of game.
To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Jump off, caught by his back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Throwing again. Here's Nix. Left side now, caught by Sutton. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there, and there's nothing this defense can do.
3rd down. Jets are in a dime set. 6 defensive backs out there. They'll throw again. Nix. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 4th and long.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that trims the lead to just a couple.
Listen, all he could do is make the kicks he's called out there to make. They need extra points from him, but for now, he's able to handle his 3rd field goal of the game and just inch them a little bit closer.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. On return, here comes Davis. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Jets out to begin another drive. Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. They start to drive the ball. Drops that first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
25-yard line.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. On the keeper, here's Fields. And they find him after just a yard. It's third down.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Now Fields. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Intended for Mason.
You know, anytime you see a player tapping his chest, I'm not a great lip reader, but I know exactly what that says. My bad. My fault. Quarterback delivers him a good ball. He knows that's one he should have caught.
Punt team on the field. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. This one well struck and angled toward the sideline.
The
Broncos start getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
21-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. There's the fake. Here's Nix. He puts some air under this one. Deep right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Man in motion here. Here he is on 3rd and long. He's running for it. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
It's a gain of 22
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Well on 1st down with Dobbins. He spins right by him. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Running it again with Dobbins. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
He's across midfield.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That one finds his man, Ingram. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
First down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
On 1st down, it's Nix. And the 1st down pass set away by a defender, incomplete.
Intended for
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2, it could have gone the other way.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. outside, picked up 3.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing here, Nix. And they'll set up the screen here. It's Harvey. The juke gets him some running room. And they stop him. He's right there on that 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner,
they got
a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Nix now to throw. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Nix's pass.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
10 yards to go.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Nix from the gun. That's caught for the first. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 3rd quarter lead.
Touchdown, Broncos.
So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Lutz lining up
Extra
for
point
the
try now
after.
from Lutz. And the extra point is no good. So potentially a key talent kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the second half. So following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. Wangu now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out.
At their own 24-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll start this one out with Hall. Escapes a defender. And he's going to be escorted out right along that 35-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do like we just saw.
Shoots one defender, and he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Defense was clearly focused on taking away the pass, and that RPO scheme offensively feels so good when you get the job done and you get a chunk run on RPO. That's setting you up for some success.
First and 10. Here's Fields. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks set you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
Rough start to this set of downs. Now 14 to go on second. Another try following the sack. Getting out to his left. A good business decision there as he covers up at the end of it. Give him around 7 and give this offense now third down.
It's a gain of 6.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Field throwing here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Intended for
no luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
4th down.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. And really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. That's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
And they stop him before he gets much on the return. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. New set of downs for him from the 46. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Short pass brought in. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Complete to Cortland Sutton.
Textbook hitch route. Hit him in the short field and deliver it. Once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Nix. Got man, it's Marvin Mims. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
A gain of 6.
That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch that play on tape.
Going with Dobbins here. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Now Nix. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. We've got a stoppage here. There's a player out there in some pretty obvious discomfort being worked on. All hopes, of course, that it's nothing serious, especially here in the preseason.